Okay. So in the last lectures, we have seen the discovery of electron. Today we will be seeing the discovery of proton. Before going into that, first let us again understand the discovery of electron. In the discovery of electron, we have taken an apparatus which is called as cathode ray tube. In the apparatus, basically we have a tube which is also called as Crookes tube, which is also referred to as discharge tube. Inside this particular apparatus, we have taken two metal plates and we have joined those two metal plates to a battery which is of very high voltage. And the voltage is about 10,000 volts. And we have placed a gas at low pressure. Low pressure में इसलिए रखा है because gases are poor conductors at high pressures. At low pressures, they will have some conduction and you can observe the observations. Low pressure का मतलब क्या है? You need to take very less number of molecules. If you are taking more and more number of molecules, the pressure will be high. So in order to have a low pressure condition, you need to take very less number of molecules or less number of gas particles. Apart from that, we have coated the region behind the anode with zinc sulfide screen. And the property of ZNS or the zinc sulfide is phosphorescent. What is meant by phosphorescent? If any charged particle falls on that particular screen, it will produce sparks. Okay. And we have placed that, we have coated that material just behind the anode. The one which is attached to the positive terminal of the battery is referred to as anode. And one which is attached to the negative terminal of the battery is referred to as cathode. Okay. When J. Thomson started the experiment with very high voltage and the gas at low pressure, he started observing some rays emerging from the cathode and they started traveling towards the anode. And these particular rays produced some clear sparks on the ZNS screen. So from the observation of those sparks, he concluded the rays which are coming from the cathode. The rays which are coming from the cathode must be charged. And in order to know the nature of the charge, अभी तो हमने ये conclude किया वो positive होगा या negative भी हो सकता है. हमने बस charge है करके conclude किया. Because ZNS screen can produce sparks even with positively charged particles or with negatively charged particles. So in order to know the nature of the charge, he placed an external battery. When he placed an external battery, the rays started deviating towards the positive terminal of the battery. ये कैसे पता चला? अभी जो भी स्पार्क्स आ रहा था, जो भी scintillations आ रहा था ZNS screen के ऊपर, those particular scintillations are concentrated towards the positive terminal of the battery more and more. यहाँ पे density ज़्यादा हो गया, इसका मतलब these rays must be deviating towards the positive terminal. Hence I conclude these particular rays must be negatively charged. Okay. उसके बाद क्या किया उसने? In the path of the उनके अलावा और एक observation था. The observation is even though there is placement of anode just behind the ZNS screen, the sparks were so distinct. यहाँ पे भी आ रहे हैं. इसका मतलब ये जो cathode rays थे, they were penetrating this particular anode. If they are able to penetrate this particular anode, I can conclude they must be highly energetic, or else they have high penetration power. Okay, so the rays which are coming from the cathode are highly energetic and they are negatively charged. So next, in the place of that particular cathode rays, in the path of that particular cathode rays, he placed a small wheel. Whenever he placed a wheel, because of the collision of that particular cathode ray particles with the wheel started to rotate. From that, he concluded that ये जो rays है, they were able to exert some force on the wheel. If something is able to exert force, that particular particles must possess a property called mass. If there is no mass, it's a particular wheel, it will be heated up, but it can never be rotated. Like in case of light rays, if light rays falls on this particular wheel, it will be heated up. It can never be rotated. So from the observation of rotation, he concluded the rays which are coming out of that particular cathode, they must be possessing a property called mass. उसके बाद उसने क्या किया? In the path of the rays, he placed an opaque object. When he placed an opaque object, he found the shadow of it. इसका मतलब ये जो rays है, they are not traveling in zigzag manner, they are traveling in straight lines. Cathode rays travel in straight lines. Okay. So the conclusions are cathode rays are negatively charged. Cathode rays have a property called mass. Cathode rays travel in straight lines and they are very highly energetic. उनके अलावा और एक important point है the source of the cathode rays. One of the obvious source is the metal plate, because we can observe the rays coming out of the metal plate. There is one more hidden source, which is nothing but the gas atoms present inside this particular tube. Gas atom, as we know that gas atom is made up of nucleus and the electrons. Whenever these cathode rays, if they fall on the electrons, because of their high energy, there is a possibility that this electron is kicked out of that particular atom. अभी ये जो इलेक्ट्रॉन है ये भी नेगेटिवली चार्ज होगा, ये नेगेटिव चार्ज ये साथ में इन नेगेटिव चार्जेस के साथ it will be migrating towards the positive terminal, towards this positive metal plate, and it will be part of the cathode ray. Okay, so the source of the cathode rays is, one is the metal plate and the other is gas atoms. I hope this is clear. उसके बाद हमने क्या किया, we found the ratio of E by M, क्योंकि हमने ये कंक्लूड किया कैथोड रेस के लिए चार्ज है एंड वी इंडिकेटेड दैट बाय E, एंड ये कंक्लूड किया उनके लिए मास भी है एंड वी इंडिकेटेड दैट बाय M. चार्ज का यूनिट कूलम है, मास का यूनिट है kg. जे थॉमसन ने एक एक्सपेरिमेंट करके he found the value of E upon M, charge to the mass ratio, charge of the cathode ray particle divided by the mass of the cathode ray particle. And he repeated the experiments with different metal plates like copper, silver, gold, and with different gases, hydrogen, nitrogen, ammonia, oxygen, with different gases. Irrespective of the nature of the metal and irrespective of the nature of the gas, he observed same observations. Sab kuch same. Those are producing sparks, those are deviating towards positive terminal, those are rotating the mechanical wheel, and those are producing shadow. इसका मतलब क्या होना चाहिए? These cathode rays must be present in each and every metal, and these must be present in each and every gas. If they are present in each and everything, they are called as fundamental. Fundamental होने के लिए और एक property भी होना चाहिए. They should be of the same nature. different species के अंदर जो भी particles है वो सब एक जैसा ही होना चाहिए. वो एक जैसा ही है करके कैसे confirm किया? Based on this E by M. E by M का वैल्यू हमेशा एक ही वैल्यू आया, which is 1.75 into 8820 into 10 power 11 coulomb per kg. So from this I can conclude these are fundamental which are present in each and every element. And that particular fundamental particle is referred to as electron by another scientist, Stoney. उसने बस naming दिया. Actual discovery was done by J.J. Thomson. He simply referred that to as cathode ray. Okay, ठीक है. This is about the discovery of electron. If you are having any doubt at this moment, kindly ask me, or else we will be moving to discovery of proton. Okay, shall I go to discovery of proton? Everyone? Okay, someone asked me how was charge negative. चार्ज नेगेटिव इसके वजह से हमने कंक्लूड किया वो जो चार्ज है, ये जो रेस है, दे हैव डिविएटेड टुवर्ड्स द पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल ऑफ द एक्सटर्नल बैटरी. नेगेटिव और पॉजिटिव के बीच में अट्रैक्टिव फोर्सेस रहेगा. Had it not been a negatively charged particle, अगर वो positively charged होता तो it will be deviating towards the negative terminal of the battery, but it is deviating towards the positive terminal of the battery. Hence, we are concluding that it is negatively charged.
Yep.
Okay. Any more doubts? Any other doubts?
Sir, please repeat.
Okay, which part do you want me to repeat?
Okay.
Sir,
Yeah.
why did charge did not emerge from the anode part?
अभी देखेंगे, अभी ये जो एनोड रे एक्सपेरिमेंट है ना उसमें मैं समझाता हूँ. नेक्स्ट एक्सपेरिमेंट, इन द डिस्कवरी ऑफ प्रोटॉन आई विल टेल यू व्हाई नॉट द चार्ज emerging from the anode.
Okay, sir.
Okay, we will see right now in 5-10 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Good question. Any other doubts like that?
Yes, sir.
बोलो. ठीक है, नो प्रॉब्लम. ओके, उसके बाद हमने we have seen an experiment to find the mass of the in order to see the charge of the electron. Charge of the electron, ये experiment अभी repeat नहीं कर रहा हूँ. I'm going to the experiment for the discovery of proton. Okay, the charge of the electron is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb, and with the help of already known EBM ratio, we calculated the mass of the electron as 9.1 into 10 raised to minus 31 kg. You need to remember both of these values. Charge of the electron is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19, and the mass of the electron is 9.1 into 10 raised to minus 31 kg. Okay, okay. Let us go to discovery of proton. The discovery of proton, the credit goes to a scientist called Goldstein. Okay, he performed the experiment called anode ray experiment. If you can observe the apparatus, this looks similar to that of cathode ray experiment. You are again having a tube which is called as Crookes tube. Okay, उनके अलावा if you can observe, there is again a battery, and the positive terminal of the battery, if it is attached to this particular metal plate, इसके ऊपर positive आएगा, and it is referred to as anode. And the negative terminal of the battery, if it is attached to the metal plate, उसके ऊपर negative आएगा, and it is referred to as cathode. अभी मुझे ये बताओ, सब कुछ सेम है, और you are again placing a gas at low pressure, you are having battery, you are having ZNS screen, but the only difference between that experiment and this experiment is here the ZNS screen is placed behind the cathode. In case of cathode ray experiment, the ZNS screen is placed behind the anode. अभी बस उतना ही फर्क है, बाकी सब कुछ सेम है. Is this clear? Okay, because of this particular difference, can I say that cathode rays won't be emitted? और कैथोड रे एक्सपेरिमेंट में क्या हुआ, मेटल प्लेट के अंदर से there is some emission of negatively charged rays. अभी ZNS स्क्रीन एनोड से बिहाइंड से निकाल के कैथोड के पीछे लगा दिया, तो ये जो मेटल प्लेट है इधर, इसके अंदर से कैथोड रेस नहीं निकलेगा क्या? Please answer this question.
Sir, can you repeat the question?
The question is, just by changing the position of the ZNS screen, if I am इस एक्सपेरिमेंट और इस एक्सपेरिमेंट में बेसिक फर्क क्या है? इसमें ZNS screen जो भी है, it is placed behind the anode. In this case, the ZNS screen is placed behind the cathode. Because of that particular position, is it possible that ये जो कैथोड के अंदर से कैथोड रेस निकल के आया ना, अभी वो नहीं निकलेगा क्या?
No, sir, because
नहीं निकलेगा.
No, that's not right. ZNS screen has nothing to do with the emission of those particular rays. The rays are being emitted because of the battery and the metal plate. इन दोनों के बीच में कुछ तो इंटरेक्शन हो रहा है. ये नेगेटिवली चार्ज्ड है, ये भी नेगेटिवली चार्ज्ड है. नेगेटिव के बीच में रिपल्सिव फोर्सेस की वजह से इसके अंदर जो भी इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है वो बाहर आ गया है. ओके, ये ZNS स्क्रीन इसलिए प्लेस किया in order to understand that these rays are charged. Whenever these rays fell on this particular ZNS screen, it produced sparks when it is placed just behind the anode. अभी एनोड से निकाल के यहाँ पे लगाया, मतलब इसका मतलब ये नहीं होगा इसके अंदर से रेस नहीं निकलेगा. अभी भी रेस निकलेगा. The rays are emerged because of interaction between the metal plate and the battery. It has nothing to do with the ZNS screen. Is the first point clear?
Yes, sir.
Next point क्या है? So if the cathode rays are moving in the forward direction, will there be any sparks on the ZNS screen? What is your expectation? Will there be any sparks on the ZNS screen?
No, sir, because rays are traveling towards right.
Towards right. ऐसे लगा है ना हमने. But interestingly, क्या मिला? He saw some sparks, but the sparks are not so distinct. जैसे कैथोड रे एक्सपेरिमेंट में बहुत ज्यादा आया है ना, इस पर्टिकुलर केस में उतना ज्यादा स्पार्क्स नहीं मिला, but there are sparks. इससे हमको क्या पता चल रहा है? सपोज तुम लोग एक्सपेरिमेंट किया, ऐसा कुछ स्पार्क्स दिखा. From this, what can you expect if there are sparks?
That some rays are coming in contact with ZNS screen.
Screen, इसका मतलब वो जो रेस है, they have to travel in the opposite direction. इस
Yes,
साइड में
sir.
आना चाहिए. Okay. As the rays are appearing to come from anode, अभी हम देखेंगे एनोड के अंदर से आ रहे हैं कि नहीं, वो देखेंगे. For now, as the rays are appearing to come from anode, and as the sparks are produced on the ZNS screen, which is placed just behind the cathode, I am calling these rays as anode rays. Okay. Now I need to understand the nature of the charge. अभी हमको ये पता चला that they must be charged, or there must be some rays which are coming in the opposite direction to that of cathode rays, and as they are producing sparks, I can conclude these particular rays, anode rays, are charged. In order to understand the nature of the charge, उसने भी क्या किया? He again placed one more external battery. When he placed an external battery, he observed that more and more sparks were obtained in the region where the negative terminal is situated. मतलब यहाँ पे ज़्यादा sparks आने लगा. Okay, from this, what can I conclude? What can I conclude? Anyone?
The rays are positively charged.
Very good. The rays must be positively charged. Okay. There are some rays which are coming from the anode side and they are falling on the ZNS screen and they are producing sparks. So from that he concluded that they must be charged, and in order to know the nature of the charge, he again placed an external battery just like J. Thomson. The rays deviated towards the negative terminal. Negative के पास वही चीज deviate करेगा which has positive charge. Unlike charges attract, like charges repel. So he concluded those anode rays must be positively charged. एक बार इसमें भी observation लिख लेते हैं. Observation and conclusion. Observed sparks on the ZNS screen placed behind cathode. This implies rays, anode rays, I'm calling them as. This implies anode rays are charged. Okay. As the rays deviated towards negative terminal of external battery, as the rays deviated towards negative terminal of external battery, we can conclude that rays are positively charged. Okay. अभी देखते हैं. Now let us try to understand the source of this particular anode rays. Everyone, please listen. Even in this particular experiment, there is emission of cathode rays. Okay? ये जो cathode rays है, हमने ये बात किया, these rays are highly energetic. Whenever these rays fall on atoms, what is an atom? An atom is something which is made up of nucleus and you are having an electron revolving around it. So if these rays fall on the electron, what will happen? There is a chance that this particular electron can be kicked out of the system. If it is kicked out of the system, initially neutral है वो, अभी electron negative charge बाहर आ गया तो बचा हुआ system क्या रहेगा? It will be positively charged plus electron. Can I say that this will lead to the formation of a positively charged entity plus an electron? ये जो particular positively charged entity है, this is nothing but the anode ray. मतलब इस particular ट्यूब के अंदर you are producing some positively charged species because of the interaction of that particular cathode ray with the gas atoms. अभी ये जो rays है, these are attracted, ये positive charge है ना, इधर negative terminal है, so they are being attracted towards that particular negative terminal. ये important है, these particular positively charged species are not generated in the anode. They are not coming out of the anode. क्योंकि ऐसा कभी नहीं हो सकता. एक एनोड है, इसके अंदर एटम है, इलेक्ट्रॉन को इधर ही छोड़ के ये न्यूक्लियस बाहर आ सकता है. ये होगा ही नहीं कभी. अगर ऐसा कुछ होता तो सपोज मान लेते हैं ऐसा कुछ हो रहा होगा, तब क्या होगा? इलेक्ट्रॉन सब कुछ उधर रह जाएगा. एटम के अंदर जो भी कंसिडरेबल मास होता है, दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ न्यूक्लियस. इफ द न्यूक्लियर आर कमिंग आउट ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर सिस्टम, एक पॉइंट के बाद एनोड मस्ट डिप्लीट or anode should have reduction in its size. ऐसा नहीं होता है. The positively charged species, the nucleus can never be kicked out of the system. Electrons will be removed. Nucleus उधर ही रहेगा. ऐसा कुछ सोचो, planets जो है sun के around जो घूम रहे हैं, planets can be removed, but sun will be वो उसके position वैसा ही रहेगा because of its huge nature. और वो जो ऐसा सोचो, asteroids जो होता है, the asteroids which are revolving around different planets, the asteroids can be removed from that particular orbit, but planet won't be coming out of there. Okay, is this okay with you, the explanation? किसी ने क्वेश्चन पूछा है?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ठीक है. Okay, so what is the source of the anode rays? Very important. The source of the anode rays, source of anode rays, क्या है source? The source is the gas atoms, but not the anode. I hope this is clear to everyone. The source is the gas atom, but not the anode. एक बार और एक चीज ऑब्जर्व करते हैं. मैंने स्टार्टिंग में कहा तुम लोग को, ये जो स्पार्क्स आया है इधर, the sparks are not so distinct. डिस्टिंक्ट किस वजह से नहीं हुआ? ये जो पर्टिकुलर एनोड रेस है, they were unable to penetrate this particular cathode because of their huge mass. Moreover, उनके एनर्जी जो भी रहेगा, it is very less. Less क्यों बोल रहा हूँ? Because they are not emitted from this particular metal, but they are formed from the gas. Once they are formed from the gas atoms, they are attracted towards the negative terminal. जिनकी वजह से ये लोग एनर्जी गेन किया है and they have started to move towards the negative terminal. The energy is not so high. इस पर्टिकुलर केस में क्या हुआ? Because of this particular 10,000 volt, which is very huge, it is repelling the electrons present inside it. So इस पर्टिकुलर केस में कैथोड के अंदर से जो भी रेस आ रहे हैं वो बहुत स्पीड से आ रहे हैं या बहुत हाई एनर्जी से आ रहे हैं. But in case of anode rays, once they got formed from the metal, once they got formed from the gas atoms, they are attracted towards the negative terminal, hence they are possessing only less energy. इसलिए वो penetrate नहीं कर पाया. Or else I can say the difference between cathode rays and anode rays have low penetration power. एक पॉइंट ये लिख सकता हूँ, anode rays have low penetration power. when compared to cathode rays. ओके ठीक है. उसके बाद उसने भी सेम he placed in the path of anode rays, he placed a mechanical wheel, small wheel, and the wheel started to rotate. From this particular observation I can conclude anode rays, क्या conclude कर सकता हूँ?
They have energy.
They have energy. Okay, they were able to exert force. If something is able to exert force,
They
it
have
must
mass.
Then they have mass.
mass. ये important है. Anode rays must have mass, and I am representing it by m. Again, in the path of anode rays, he placed a opaque object. He found the shadow of the opaque object. From this I can conclude
That they are traveling in a straight line.
very good. Anode rays travel in straight lines. Good. Okay, ये conclusions है. इसने भी as usual उसके जैसा ही he found the value of E upon M ratio. तो कैसे किया? He repeated experiments. He repeated experiments with different gases. इस particular case में different metals के साथ करने की जरूरत नहीं, because the source is not the metal plate. If the source is not the metal plate, why to bother changing that particular metal plate? You can just change the source, which is nothing but the gas atom. So उसने he repeated experiment with different gases and found and calculated E upon M ratio. What should be the observation? तुम लोग को क्या लग रहा है? E upon M ratio constant आया होगा, like in case of cathode ray experiment, या different आया होगा?
Constant.
Constant. किसी को कुछ और लग रहा है? What is E upon M ratio? E is nothing but charge of
Charge
anode ray
of-
particle. Charge of anode ray that is formed from the gas atom divided by M is
Mass of the atom.
mass of the anode ray. Okay. What is that particular anode ray? अभी के लिए हमको पता है ना, थोड़ा बहुत लॉजिक अप्लाई करते हैं. उस particular टाइम पे उसको तो नहीं पता, but हमको तो पता है ना. Let us try to understand what is that particular anode ray. That anode ray is nothing but after removing an electron from the atom. After removing the electrons from the atom, बचेगा क्या? Answer, please answer. After removing the electrons present in the atom, बचता क्या है?
Proton and neutron.
Which is nothing but nucleus.
Yes.
Nucleus.
The number of protons and neutrons in different gases, are they same or different?
Different.
Different, right? The nucleus will be having different number of protons and neutrons total. इनका mass number जो रहता है अलग अलग रहेगा ना. So if you are having masses, अभी ये जो E by M क्या आना चाहिए? Different आना चाहिए ना?
Different आना.
Different ही आया है उसको. Different ही आया है. अभी तो हमको पता है वो different आना चाहिए, और different क्यों आया है, कैसे आया है, उसको हमको analyze करना है. उसने जो analysis किया है वो मैं अभी समझाता हूँ. He repeated experiments with different gases and calculated E by M ratio. He found E by M values different with different gases. Okay. And interestingly, एक बार सभी लोग, when he did the experiment with hydrogen gas, okay, hydrogen gas के अंदर you have hydrogen atoms. हाइड्रोजन का एटॉमिक नंबर 1 है एंड इसका मास नंबर 1 है. मतलब नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स और प्रोटॉन्स कितना है? 1. न्यूट्रॉन्स प्लस प्रोटॉन्स कितना है, OB1. So if I want to calculate the number of neutrons, क्या हो जाएगा? This is nothing but mass number A and this is nothing but atomic number Z. Z minus A is nothing but N plus P minus P होगा, which is nothing but N. So 1 minus 1 कितना आया? Neutrons are 1 minus 1 which is equals to 0. हाइड्रोजन गैस के अंदर कुछ न्यूट्रॉन्स नहीं रहेगा, एक इलेक्ट्रॉन है एक प्रोटॉन है. हाइड्रोजन के अंदर एक इलेक्ट्रॉन है एक प्रोटॉन है. इफ यू आर रिमूविंग एन इलेक्ट्रॉन यू विल बी लेफ्ट विथ ओनली वन प्रोटॉन. एंड ही कॉल्ड दैट एज, एवरीवन प्लीज, विथ हाइड्रोजन गैस जो भी एनोड रे पार्टिकल मिला है उसको उसने नोटेशन दिया है H पॉजिटिव, क्योंकि एक इलेक्ट्रॉन एक प्रोटॉन है, एक इलेक्ट्रॉन निकालते ही बचेगा क्या, H पॉजिटिव. ओके, इस पर्टिकुलर केस के लिए चार्ज ऑफ द कैथोड रे पार्टिकल क्या होगा, E of H positive, and mass of that particular anode ray particle will be M of H positive. With other gases, everyone concentrate. With other gas, with hydrogen gas जो भी कैथोड रे एनोड रे पार्टिकल मिला है, he referred to that as H positive and उसका चार्ज जो है E of H positive, मास जो है मास ऑफ H positive. ओके, उस पर्टिकुलर गैस को मैं रेफर कर रहा हूँ सम G से, आई एम डिनोटिंग एनी अदर गैस बाय G. उसके अंदर से जो भी पार्टिकल आया है, आई एम रिफरिंग टू दैट एज उस पर्टिकुलर चार्ज का E of that particular anode ray, and I am referring mass of that particular particle as mg. Okay, what is Eg? Charge of anode ray particle of any gas. What is mg? Mass of that anode ray particle. Eg is charge of the anode ray particle, mg is mass of the anode ray particle. Okay, other than hydrogen. Hydrogen के लिए क्या है? E of H positive is charge of anode ray particle formed from hydrogen. What is M of H positive? Mass of the anode ray particle found from hydrogen. वो पार्ट नहीं लिख रहा हूं मैं. Okay, in the experiment with hydrogen gas, he found the charge of H positive to be minimum and the mass of H positive also to be minimum. कुछ डिस्टर्बेंस आ रहा है, मैं म्यूट पे रख रहा हूँ. इफ यू आर हैविंग एनी डाउट प्लीज अनम्यूट एंड आस्क मी. अभी के लिए म्यूट पे रख रहा हूँ. Give me 2 minutes. It got disconnected. हाँ, एक बार observations देखते हैं. When he performed the experiment with hydrogen gas, the anode ray particle which he obtained, he referred to that as H positive, एंड उसका चार्ज जो है E of H पॉजिटिव होगा, मास जो है M of H पॉजिटिव होगा. With all other gases, he represented the anode ray particle as Eg and mass as Mg. With hydrogen gas, when he found the value of that particular charge of the anode ray particle, he found it to be minimum. Minimum मतलब कैसे बताया उसने? By comparing it with all other gases. बाकी सब gases के anode ray particles का charge जो भी आया है, उनसे compare किया तो the charge with the hydrogen came to be minimum and the mass with hydrogen came to be minimum. Okay? उसके अलावा he also obtained the charge of other gas as some integer multiple of charge of H positive, and the mass of the other gas as some another integer multiple of mass of H positive.
सर
क्या
आपकी स्क्रीन नहीं दिख रही है.
स्क्रीन नहीं दिख रहा है? I'm sorry. I've shared the screen. Okay. 1 minute. Give it 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. I'm figuring it out. Yeah. Can you see my screen now?
यस सर.
Yeah. हाँ, मैं क्या बता रहा हूँ? With hydrogen gas, when he performed the experiment, okay, the anode ray particle whichever he obtained, he referred to that as H positive. गैस के अंदर से जो भी anode ray particle आया है, he referred to that as H positive. उसका चार्ज को कैसे refer किया? E of H positive and mass is M of H positive. Rest all other gases, he referred them to as the charge as Eg and the mass as Mg. उनसे जो भी बाकी सब गैसेस से जो भी एनोड रे पार्टिकल्स आ रहे बाहर, उनका चार्ज Eg और मास जो है Mg करके रिफर कर रहा हूं. और एक ऑब्जर्वेशन क्या है? इफ यू आर कंपेयरिंग द चार्जेस ऑफ ऑल द एनोड रे पार्टिकल्स विद डिफरेंट डिफरेंट गैसेस, हाइड्रोजन के साथ जो भी एनोड रे पार्टिकल मिला है, द चार्ज ऑफ इट केम टू बी ए मिनिमम वैल्यू, सबसे लीस्ट बाकी सब गैसेस से कंपैरिजन में. And the mass of it also came to be a minimum value बाकी सब gases के comparison में. उनके अलावा और भी observation है. The observation is the charge of any other gas can be expressed as some p multiple of charge of H positive, and this particular p जो है it is an integer, and the mass of any other gas anode ray particle can be also be expressed in terms of integer multiple of mass of H positive. Okay? और जो H positive जो है मतलब anode ray particle obtained from hydrogen, उसके रेस्पेक्ट में बाकी सब चीजों को एक्सप्रेस कर पा रहा हूं मैं. इससे हमको कुछ कंक्लूजन निकालना है. I will ask you some questions. Please tell me. If I'm having a black box, okay? एक black box है, मतलब उसके अंदर क्या है मुझे पता नहीं. And I am saying that the mass of this is some 55 m. And I am also giving you one more data. I am having a ball whose mass is small m. I am giving you different black boxes. इन सब के ऊपर क्या है मुझे, इन सब के अंदर क्या क्या है मुझे पता नहीं, बट उनका मासेस दे रहा हूं मैं. ये 55 m, ये 45 m, ये 20 m, ये 101 m, और else जो भी बॉक्सेस मैं मेजर कर रहा हूं सबका मासेस आर इंटीजर्स एंड आर इन टर्म्स ऑफ दिस m, 60 m etc. What can you conclude from these observations?
The box are filled with the balls.
Very good. The boxes must be filled with the balls. वो जो 55 m वाला मास जो भी है, इनके अंदर कितना बॉल्स होना चाहिए? 55 बॉल्स, 45 m वाले 45
We will
balls.
get ratio.
Okay, or else I can say that those particular balls are repeating in each and every box, or else can I conclude this particular ball is fundamental? The ball is fundamental to every box.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Similarly, उसके जैसा ही इसके ऊपर अभी सोचो. Irrespective of the gas, whatever I am taking, उसका जो भी charge आ रहा है, I was able to express that in terms of charge of H positive, and this I am able to express in terms of mass of H positive. इसका मतलब H positive जैसे चीज है, H positive जैसे चीज है, इन सब gases के अंदर रहना पड़ेगा. If H positive entities are not present inside these particular things, those gases, I cannot express them in terms of integer multiple every time. हमेशा क्या हो रहा है? इंटीजर मल्टीपल में ही हो रहा है. मतलब H positive जैसा चीज है, इनके अंदर रिपीट होना चाहिए. What is E charge of gas equals to? इसका मतलब क्या होगा? इसका मतलब ये है, उस पर्टिकुलर गैस के अंदर you are having, उस पर्टिकुलर गैस के अंदर you are having
आता तू काय केलंस ना ते खाली म्यूट.
प्लीज
काय माहित, मग माहित नाही ते कशाला करायचं. आवाज कमी झाला त्याचा. आवाज आला की बघ.
Eg is equals to P of E of H positive का मतलब क्या है? उस पर्टिकुलर एनोड रे के अंदर, उस पर्टिकुलर एनोड रे पार्टिकल के अंदर you have P particles and सबका चार्ज जो है equals to charge of H positive. इसका भी चार्ज ऑफ H positive, इसका भी चार्ज ऑफ H positive है, इसका भी चार्ज ऑफ H positive है, इसका भी वही है, so on. सबका चार्ज ऑफ H positive है, इसलिए टोटल चार्ज कितना हो गया? टोटल चार्ज E of gas equal to P times चार्ज ऑफ H positive हो गया. इसका मतलब क्या है? Q times of mass of H positive. उस पर्टिकुलर एनोड रे के अंदर you are having Q particles and सबका मास क्या होना चाहिए? मास ऑफ H positive होना चाहिए. So on, सबका मास ऑफ H positive होना चाहिए. Then only you can represent that as Q times of mass of H positive. Or else I can conclude, जैसे इसमें balls repeat होता जा रहा है, इसमें H positive repeat होता जा रहा है. इसलिए I was able to express each and everything in terms of H positive. So from this particular observation, can I conclude H positive is fundamental? Can I say this? H positive is fundamental in any gas.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This H positive, what is this H positive? This is nothing but proton. क्योंकि एक हाइड्रोजन के अंदर एक इलेक्ट्रॉन प्रोटॉन ही रहेगा. इलेक्ट्रॉन निकालते ही बचता क्या है? Only proton, ना?
Yes,
Hence I can say
Yes, sir.
proton is fundamental particle present in any atom. Okay. Is this clear? और एक point, और एक last point, सभी लोग अभी देखो. The Eg equals to P times of charge of H positive and mass of that particular anode ray particle is Q times of mass of H positive. Suppose ये जो Q पार्टिकल्स है, हर एक कोई का मास कितना है? H पॉजिटिव, मास ऑफ H पॉजिटिव, इसलिए टोटल मास कितना आया है? Q टाइम्स ऑफ मास पॉजिटिव है ना, मास ऑफ H पॉजिटिव है ना. Suppose all these particles are also having charge which is equal to charge of H positive. तब Eg क्या होना चाहिए? must be equal to Q times of charge of H positive. है कि नहीं? जिन
Yes,
पार्टिकल्स
sir.
जिन
Yes.
पार्टिकल्स के पास मास है उन पार्टिकल्स के पास चार्ज भी रहता तो और जो चार्ज मल्टीपल है वो भी Q होना चाहिए. बट क्या आया उसको P आया एंड ही फाउंड ऑब्जर्वेशन क्या है? ऑब्जर्वेशन इज P इज लेस देन Q. इसको कभी ऐसा नहीं मिला वो जो Q है मास मल्टीपल है चार्ज मल्टीपल है दोनों सेम नहीं मिला. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ होगा एक बार ऑब्जर्व करो. लास्ट पॉइंट है. इसका मतलब ये है इनसाइड ए एनोड रे यू आर हैविंग सम पार्टिकल्स. सबके पास तो मास है विच इज इक्वल टू मास ऑफ H पॉजिटिव. सबके पास है बट ओनली देर आर P पार्टिकल्स विच आर ऑल्सो हैविंग चार्ज. केवल इतना ही पार्टिकल्स को चार्ज भी है. इसलिए चार्ज मल्टीपल क्या आ रहा है? P times of H positive and mass multiple is Q times of mass of H positive and P is coming to be less than Q. We know that inside a nucleus you are having neutrons as well. Neutrons के लिए कोई charge नहीं रहेगा ना. So इस particular observation से very very important. From this particular observation Goldstein got an idea और उसको ऐसा लगा है inside an atom there has to be some neutral particle as well. अगर न्यूट्रल पार्टिकल जैसा नहीं रहता सबके पास चार्ज रहेगा तो P मस्ट बी इक्वल टू Q आना चाहिए. बट कोई भी एक्सपेरिमेंट में उसको P इक्वल टू Q नहीं मिला. Always P is coming to be less than Q. So this gave an idea that inside an atom there must be neutral particles as well. That particular neutral particle was later discovered as neutron. I hope this is clear. और else ऐसा सोचो इस पर्टिकुलर बॉल्स में सपोज मैं और एक डेटा दे रहा हूँ तुम लोग को और एक ब्लैक बॉल भी है जिनका मास भी m है. इफ आई एम आस्किंग यू नाउ ये जो पर्टिकुलर बॉक्सेस है इस बॉक्सेस में कितने बॉल्स रहेंगे? यू कैन नॉट से ऑल द 55 बॉल्स विल बी व्हाइट और ऑल द 55 बॉल्स विल बी ब्लैक. देयर कैन बी कॉम्बिनेशन ना. अभी बोल नहीं पाएंगे एग्जैक्ट. वैसा ही इसमें भी हो रहा है. इनसाइड द nucleus you have protons as well as neutrons. The mass of proton is almost equal to mass of neutron. इसके वजह से वो मास मल्टीपल में m of H positive से रिप्रेजेंट कर लिया मैंने Q into mass of H positive. जो भी एंटिटीज है न्यूट्रॉन्स का मास भी क्या रहेगा? It is almost equal to protons mass which is H positive mass. I hope this is clear. If you are having any doubt at this particular point, ask me. सबसे पहले हमने वो प्रोटॉन फंडामेंटल करके क्यों कंक्लूड किया? यू आर एबल टू एक्सप्रेस द चार्जेस ऑफ अदर एनोड रे पार्टिकल्स एंड द masses of other anode ray particles as some integer multiples of H positive. From that I can conclude that H positive units are repeating in all the gases. If that is the repeating unit, that is the fundamental entity. उसके बाद फ्रॉम द ऑब्जर्वेशन ऑफ P लेस देन Q हमने ये कंक्लूड किया inside the nucleus or inside the atom there are some particles which are having only mass but no charge. If all of them are having mass and charge, P must be always equal to Q, but P is always less than Q. Charge multiple, ये जो इधर ऐसा लिख सकता हूँ, charge multiple P is always less than the mass multiple Q. This implies inside an atom there are some entities which have only mass but no charge. These were later discovered as neutrons. So साइंटिस्ट को ऐसा कुछ पता चला एटम के अंदर और भी कुछ पार्टिकल है from this particular information P less than Q. But they didn't discover, Goldstein ने discover नहीं किया because unless and until you see the particle coming out of the atom, you cannot say that it is present inside an atom. मतलब उसका nature कैसा है वो बता नहीं सकते exact. Is this clear? This particular experiment?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If you are having any doubt, you can ask me now. Anyone? Any doubts? ये जो particular all experiments देखा हमने, this has nothing to do with solving any questions or something like that. बस scientists का understanding और उनका thought process and क्या-क्या सोचने के वजह से it eventually led to the discovery of protons, electrons, neutrons. वो understand कर रहे हैं हम in order to build some interest in science. Okay. हमको याद एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से इतना याद रखना है व्हाट इज द सोर्स ऑफ कैथोड रेस. द सोर्स ऑफ कैथोड रेस इज बोथ द मेटल प्लेट एज वेल एज द गैस एटम्स. व्हाट इज द सोर्स ऑफ एनोड रेस? द सोर्स ऑफ एनोड रेस इज ओनली द गैस एटम्स. व्हाट इज द E/M ratio of cathode rays? It is a constant. What is the E/M ratio of anode rays? It is not a constant. Cathode ray particles are nothing but electrons. Anode ray particles are not protons. Anode ray particles are nuclei of the atoms. Okay, the anode ray particle of the hydrogen atom is nothing but proton. The anode ray particle of the hydrogen atom, लिख सकता हूँ लास्ट में, the anode ray particle
Anode.
obtained from hydrogen gas is the proton. Is this clear, everyone? If you are not having any doubt, we can conclude our lecture now. We can continue with the discovery of neutron in the next lecture. After seeing the discovery of neutron, we will be seeing the position of electrons, protons, and neutrons inside the atom. How are they placed? How is the discovery of electron happened? Any doubt?
की आम्ही यात काय गणित सोडवायचं दाखवा नाही, याचा पुढे काय गणित सोडवायचं फक्त.
Okay, I hope today's lecture is clear to everyone. We will meet in next lecture. I'm concluding it here now. If you're having any doubt, you can contact me. I will be posting the video link of this. I will be uploading the video link. If you're having any doubt, please contact me.